Good evening, my name is Lucia and welcome to Science Savvy. There has been much discussion concerning the legalisation of the use of cannabinoids for the treatment of various cancers. What's more, these compounds have been shown to inhibit the growth of tumours by modulating cell signalling pathways. Cannabinoids are usually well tolerated and do not produce the generalised toxic effects of conventional chemotherapies. So, could cannabinoids be used to develop new anti-cancer therapies? Domenici from the CSIRO is currently investigating the effects of cannabinoids as anti-cancer agents.
Hi Lucia, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Gunge. So, what exactly are cannabinoids?
Cannabinoids are a class of compound that work upon the cannabinoid receptors. Cannabinoids can be broken down into three subclasses: endocannabinoids, which are found within humans and animals, synthetic cannabinoids, and phytocannabinoids, which are found in plant matter. And it is phytocannabinoids, which are the type of cannabinoids found within the cannabis plant.
Cannabinoids are key in regulating cell signalling pathways, particularly those involved with cell survival. Could you explain how this is relevant to cancer treatment?
Cancer is caused by the uncontrolled proliferation of cells and the ability of these cells to invade other tissue. Cannabinoids are generally seen to work upon the CB1 and CB2 receptors and have been shown to work along the signal transduction pathway, resulting in a downregulation in the expression of DNA binding inhibitor ID1. This results in the inhibition of basic helix-loop-helix transcription factors, as well as extracellular signal-regulated kinase signaling pathways to reduce expression, proliferation, and therefore impair metastasis in cancer cells. The ID3 protein is also downregulated, and alongside ID1 downregulation, prevents the formation of new vascular pathways, and as such reduces angiogenesis. Cannabinoids also work as a messenger that triggers cell death via their programmed cell death pathway, leading to autophagy. Cannabinoids trigger this pathway by inhibiting rapamycin complex 1. This promotes activation of several autophagy proteins, whereby the cancer cells essentially commit suicide. In these ways, cannabinoids are able to prevent the creation of new cancer cells whilst killing those that already exist.
Are cannabinoids only beneficial for one form of cancer, for instance breast cancer?
All types of cancer that have been discovered have been shown to express the CB1 and CB2 receptor. As there are at least 85 different types of cannabinoids present in cannabis, it is hoped that every type of cancer will have a cannabinoid which it is susceptible to.
Thank you for providing us with that insight, Dr. Gunge. There is a lot of attention regarding the legislation of medicinal cannabis in treating cancer. This is gaining momentum across the country, with state and federal MPs calling for changes to existing laws. The Minister for Health, Angus, is here in the studio to shed light on this issue. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Budd.
Pleasure to be here.
What is the government's position in the deregulation of cannabis?
Well, cannabis remains a Schedule 9 prohibited substance under the poison standard due to its proven side effects and negative social connotations. It's still legislated under the same schedule as other illicit drugs and therefore will remain regulated and illegal in a social context. I must be clear that the government does not endorse the legalisation of marijuana. However, we are exploring the potential of concentrated cannabinoids for medicinal use in clinical trial set to begin in 2016.
Interesting. Also in the studio today, we have Mary Jane, who is suffering from terminal cancer and is an advocate for the legislation of medicinal cannabis and is a part of the Hemp Party. 3 years ago, Mary Jane was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer. After 2 rounds of aggressive chemotherapy, her body didn't respond. She therefore moved to America to access medicinal marijuana. That's quite a tear-jerking story that you have there, Mary Jane. So tell me, what is your view on the deregulation of cannabis?
Well, we at the Hemp Party firmly believe in ending the prohibition of cannabis. The view that is engraved within our society, shaped by the government policy of cannabis, is completely wrong and needs to change. Cannabis can do amazing things. Curing cancer is one of them, like Mr. Gunge explained earlier. It baffles me that such a harmful substance like alcohol is legal and more acceptable than cannabis. Mr. Budd, more action needs to be taken to make cannabis available for Australians, particularly cancer sufferers.
Well, the New South Wales Government has actually introduced the Terminal Illness Cannabis Scheme, where police can use their discretion to not charge persons with a terminal illness.
Well, Mr. Budd, what is the point of giving terminally ill patients cannabis as if it's their last meal?
Well, this idea that cancer can be cured through smoking pot is quite frankly incorrect. Potential treatments will be derived from the synthesis of cannabinoids into a concentrate, not through smoking the whole plant.
Okay, well that's all we've got time for today. As you can see, it is quite a heated topic and a lot more research needs to be put into this. We'll see you next week. Thank you.